Today, a new legal challenge was there in my office. Two old aged people, husband and wife, approximately 58 years old, they came to my office and they told me that this COVID situation has taken the life of their son. Now, since the son is deceased no more, got married like 2 years back. However, the daughter in law, within 10 days of the demise of their son, she came to their house. She took all the jewelry which was in the possession of the deceased. She took all the debit cards, credit cards, bank account details, the checkbooks and passbooks, etc. And she also took the mobile phone of the deceased. And after taking all these things with her, she went to her maternal house and she transferred a substantial amount of money from the account of the deceased. She also approached the bank to get the mutual funds as well as the FD to be transferred to her own account. And she is trying to approach the company where this deceased son used to work to get the EPF and gratuity benefits, and also she wants to have the entire money to be transferred into her own account, which is supposed to come from the insurance company. They wanted to know their legal rights and legal remedies in this kind of situation. So I told them, since the son has died intestate, that is without leaving a will, so the property has to be divided among the legal heirs of that person. And in this situation, since father is not a class 1 legal heir, so the father of the deceased person cannot claim any share in the property, whether movable or immovable. And the brother and the sister of the deceased, they are also not class 1 legal heirs, and that is why they also do not have any right in any of the properties which belonged to the deceased. However, the situation of the mother is different. As per Indian Succession Act, if a person dies intestate, the property should devolve first to the class 1 legal heirs. Since there is no child from the marriage of their deceased son, the property should have been divided equally, that is 50% ratio between the mother as well as the widow, that is the daughter-in-law. But since the daughter-in-law has illegally transferred the entire money to her own account without the consent of the other legal heir, in this kind of situation, she has fulfilled the ingredients of Section 404 as well as Section 403 IPC. Section 404 IPC talks about the misappropriation of a property which belonged to a deceased person, which was in the possession of that deceased person. And if anybody does that, then the maximum punishment that is provided is 3 years. And a provision of fine is also there. I explained them that they could approach the police for filing a complaint under Section 404 IPC. But since the Section 404 IPC is a non-cognizable offense, the police is not bound to register any FIR. But a non-cognizable report under Section 155, that can be lodged by the police. And after lodging of such NCR, the police would wait for the order from the magistrate. The mother of the deceased person can approach the court under Section 155(2) CRPC. She can file an application for the matter to be investigated, or the police can suo motu do so. The police can approach the concerned magistrate to get the permission to investigate this matter. And if they succeed, then the punishment as provided in Section 404 IPC, that can be awarded to the widow, that is the daughter-in-law of these two persons. I also explained them that since the bank has not released the FD amount and the mutual funds to the account of the daughter-in-law, they should approach the bank through a legal recourse. They can issue a letter or legal notice to the bank that no amount of money should be transferred without the consent of the mother of the deceased. Since the mother is also entitled to the 50% amount, to issue a notice or a letter to the company where the son was working to withhold any amount until or unless this dispute is cleared or a consensus is reached between these legal heirs. I'm sure they are not the only people who have been facing this kind of situation. What the daughter-in-law should have done was to give 50% of the money, the FD amount, mutual funds, insurance, or any shares which were there, or any amount which was lying in the saving or the current account of the deceased, to the mother, and 50% she was entitled to retain. But this is not the case here. Now the question arises whether the mother should file the police complaint and whether the mother should take the legal action. Well, the answer is absolutely yes. The mother should first issue a legal notice for the recovery of the amount which has been taken out without her consent. And because law also says the courts are going to help only those who are diligent and willing to enforce their right, and they approach the court within the limitation period. And I also explained them that since this is a family matter, they should also try to amicably resolve this matter within the family itself. They should approach the elders of the family, and somebody from the family should mediate. But in case all the mediation talks fail, in this kind of situation, they can take these legal recourses, legal remedies which are available to them.